from the math science nucleus. And for those of you that have parents watching, and for our teachers, you'll see our phone numbers and our website. If you have more questions, you can always ask us, send us an email, ask us some more questions that you can't answer. And then you can also go to this website if you want to see some of our storybooks again. And we've got lots, you can do a tour of the museum, lots of information on that website. So that's that msnucleus.org. I'm just going to color in teeth. So then on my diagram, that's where I color the yellow for teeth. And you see my esophagus. My esophagus, I use the blue, and here's my long esophagus. My large intestine, I used purple, and here is my large intestine. Liver is the red, my stomach is green. So again, you will have your worksheet then completed and keyed out for the different parts of your digestive system. Okay, so if you need to look back through at this video to kind of remember that song and all to help you while you're coloring, that's fine. On that sheet, my stomach almost looks the same color as the teeth, but it's really a green. It's a light green color. So you do want to pick out the different colors. And again, you get just the plain sheet like that. And then you can color up. Most important though is color the key first and then color the body part. All right, so here is a story, and it's on our website if you want to go back and look at it again. But this is a story written by a friend of mine, Dr. James. And he says that a lot of kids come into the emergency rooms just saying that their bellies hurt. And you'll see the story of this little kid, and I'll fill you in on some more in a minute. So listen to this story, My Belly Hurts.
My Belly Hurts by James Gonzalez, MD, animated by Doris Rayer and August Volti. I woke up with a weird feeling around my belly button. After breakfast, the feeling went away, but as I got up slowly from the table, I felt a burning inside my stomach. I felt like throwing up. Mom, I don't feel so good. I think I'm sick. She put her hand over my head. You are warm. I'll call the school to let them know you will be absent today, said Mom. Hurrah, a day off from school, I thought to myself. While watching my favorite cartoon a few hours later, the pain moved down into the lower right side of my belly. The pain was sharper than before. I began to vomit. My mom was very concerned, so she took my temperature. 101.5 degrees, my mom said as she shook her head. She called the emergency room at the local hospital and talked with the nurse. I think it's time to visit the doctor, she said as she whisked me off in the car. She kept telling me that this probably was not serious, but she did not want to take any chances. Ow! I screamed every time my mom hit a bump on the way to the hospital. It hurts! Just a little bit longer, my mom tried to calm me. The pain was just getting sharper. It was so bad that I had to bend over in the car to make it feel better. I could not stretch or straighten out because of the pain. The hospital was a pretty sight to me. Mom drove up to the emergency entrance, which made me wonder if I was going to die. We first saw a nurse who asked a few questions. Where is the pain now? Did you vomit? What color was the vomit? Are you hungry? Do you have any diarrhea? Then her questions became more specific. Did you vomit before or after the pain started? I wish she could just make the pain go away instead of asking me all these questions. I think we need the doctor to see this one real quick, she said loudly. Dr. Torres pushed back the curtain of the exam room, and I really got scared. Dr. Torres felt my stomach and other parts of my body. The cold stethoscope made goosebumps on my skin. He asked when was the last time I went to the bathroom. He said he wanted to make sure it was not constipation. He also wanted to know if anyone was sick in the class or if I ate too much of something. He said he wanted to eliminate indigestion or food poisoning. Dr. Torres turned to my mother and said, "This looks like appendicitis." They did not talk to me, and I started to feel a little faint. I have heard that word before, but what could I have done to cause appendicitis? Dr. Torres explained, the appendix is a part of your colon located in the right lower quadrant. It really serves no purpose to humans. If you were to look inside your colon, you'd see that at the beginning of the right colon, close to where the small intestine joins it, there is an opening. This opening leads to the appendix. Dr. Torres continued, inside your body, your large and small intestines move. As they move, food particles and waste also move. Small particles may enter this small opening and become trapped, causing appendicitis. Since there really is no role for the appendix and the infection causes so much pain, you are going to need an operation to have it removed. Do I really need an operation? I asked the doctor. Yes. If you don't, you can get really sick and end up needing a much larger operation. You can die if you don't get to the hospital in time. Mom looked worried and asked Dr. Torres, how long would the operation take and how long will I need to be in the hospital? Dr. Torres answered, a simple appendectomy doesn't take long at all. In fact, many people go home the next day after the operation. There are cases, however, when the appendix perforates, then the hospital stay is extended for wound care and antibiotic treatment. You got here early. I think this will be a straightforward operation. I felt a little scared. Is it going to hurt? Am I going to have a big scar on my belly? Will I be able to eat again? I kept asking everyone around a lot of questions. Dr. Torres and the nurse were really nice. They answered all of my questions. The pain wasn't as bad after the doctor started antibiotics and pain medication. My nurse came into the room and told me, you need to put this gown on. There will be another doctor coming to talk to you soon about the medicine they will use to make you sleep during the operation. After that, they will take you to the operating room. My mother assured me that everything was going to be all right. They wheeled me into the operating room, and the kind nurse said I would be asleep soon. The operating room had a plain table and lots of lights above. My eyelids became heavy. I drifted off to sleep. Next thing I knew, I woke up in a hospital bed. The operation didn't take long at all, and I didn't feel a thing. My belly pain had gone away, but if I touched the operation site, it hurt. Dr. Torres explained to me that I would need rest and couldn't play sports for a couple of weeks. The nurse brought me some juice and soup. Just when I was beginning to like the hospital, Dr. Torres came to my bed and said, you'll be able to go home tomorrow and back to school soon. Even though no one wants to have an operation, at least you know now you'll never need your appendix taken out again. You only have one, and now it's gone. Mom thanked the doctor, and we both smiled with relief. The end of the appendix.
So just that little piece, that little appendix is what was causing all of his belly pain. And he was really frightened at first, wasn't he? He was asking, he had a lot of questions, and then the nurses and doctors all had a lot of questions too. So they used a lot of words that you may or may not know. But when Dr. James wrote this storybook, it was because so many kids come into the emergency room just saying that their belly hurts. And it turns out that they don't have appendicitis. It turns out that they're just constipated. So that's a real big issue. So I wanted to go over some of these words. Again, digestion, if you're not eating a balanced diet, it can mess up your digestive system. Your organs won't be working right. If you're eating too much food or you're eating the wrong foods, what happens is you end up with constipation, diarrhea, or vomiting. Okay, now vomiting is also called throw ups. We used to call it ERPs. Raise your hand if you've ever had throw ups. Have you ever thrown up any? Yeah, that's not any fun, is it? That is no fun at all. That's when food that gets in your belly, either something's not right with the food or something's not right with your belly. And your belly says, no way, get it out of here. And it makes you throw that food back up. Okay, there's acid in your stomach. So a lot of times when you do that, it gives you kind of a sore throat. And it tastes kind of bitter. So diarrhea, that's awful too. That's when you have too much, something's not right in your belly. You've got too much water in your poo. And then constipated means you don't have enough water in your poo. It feels like you really need to go to the bathroom, but then you go and you can't, and it can really make you feel bad. It can make you have a fever, it can make you feel bad. So again, that's why we want to pay attention to make sure we eat a correct diet. Now, this is giving you an example of constipation and being too dry. Look at this poor dog. So if you ever have to go to the bathroom and you have to strain like this dog, he's having a hard time getting that poo to come out. If you ever have to strain like that, let your mom or dad or your teacher, somebody know. Because again, that means you're constipated, the poop can't come out, and it'll come out kind of like this goat. See how it's coming out as little tiny pellets? Well, that's perfect if you're a goat. But if your poo looks like the goat's poo, that's a bad sign. That means you're constipated. You're not drinking enough water. You're not getting enough fiber in your diet. So more fruits and veggies. Now, the opposite problem is the diarrhea. That's too much water. Look at that hippopotamus. Now, that's normal for a hippopotamus, but not for a person. If you have runny poo like that, the diarrhea, that can also make you feel really bad. All right, so make sure you just know these words. All right, now this is a funny little story with just a cupcake. So we're looking at the icing as to give you an example. Your poop is telling you a story. So when you go to the bathroom, you have to look back at your poop. If you've eaten corn, are you going to see corn in your poop? Yeah. Your stomach doesn't get digested well. And lettuce even? Yeah. A lot of it just runs right through that digestive system. So sometimes, and even though you'll get different colors of poo depending on what you've eaten. If you have a bunch of blueberries, then your poo might be a little different color too. But if you look at this little cupcake with the icing, when it's those hard little balls, not good, constipated. Oh, that's too runny, that's diarrhea. That's constipated. Just right. Ooh, too runny, diarrhea. Constipated. Just right. So if you look at the shape of your large intestine, when you go to the bathroom, when you take a poop, your poop in the toilet wants to look like a C or an S, and it should come out easy. It shouldn't be hard to poop it out. All right. So again, it's giving you an idea of how healthy your body's working, of how your system's working, whether you've got a balanced diet and you're not overeating. And again, you want to eat a whole rainbow of vegetables and fruits. So a balanced diet means you're eating good proteins. Proteins what give you energy, lots of energy in the long run. Carbohydrates give you energy, but it's a quick, short energy. Vitamins, minerals, plenty of water, and fiber. So again, eat a rainbow of food colors, and hopefully then you will keep your balanced diet and lots of exercise as well. All right, we're going to look at some foods, and you guys have to tell me if they are healthy or not. I can see you guys on my screen, so I just want you to give me a thumbs up. Let's see, how about soda? First of all, give me a wave if you like soda. Some people do, some don't. Okay. Soda, do you think it's good for us? Thumbs up if it's good for us, thumbs down if it's bad for us. Okay. There's another one. How about candy? I like candy. Is it healthy for us or is it not healthy for us? I'm looking at your guesses. Okay. How about chocolate? Is it healthy for us? Not healthy for us? Are you coming up with your reasons why? How about cookies? I love cookies. Are they healthy for us though? Healthy? Not healthy. I'm looking to see what you guys say. Okay. Most of these things, again, have way too much sugar in them. So they are not healthy. But I really like some of those things. Like I really like cookies and chocolate. But that means I need to have just a small bit, right? A small amount. Too much sugar and not enough vitamins and minerals in these to make my body systems work correctly. So if you like these things, again, eat them in a small bit and eat those healthier foods with more nutrients. All right, so again, to end, just to remember that the parts, the organs of your digestive system, esophagus, put your hands on your throat where your esophagus is. Can you swallow? Can you feel how it moves there? Then it goes down to your stomach. Your stomach is right below your rib cage. Since you guys just ate lunch, you may even feel some grumbles. Then it goes down to your small intestine, which is actually very long, all curled up in there. Then it's your large intestine, goes on the outside. And again, the waste then that your body doesn't need comes out as the poo. So that is our story. I think I finished better on time this time. Let's